Back in the 90s, yep, a really long time ago, it was Microsoft, not Apple, who was the king of personal computing. Well, today that's changed, and today we're going to look at how that change can directly impact your ministry. Back in the day, Microsoft was the bomb. Yeah, that's another word we said back in the 90s, the bomb, when it came to personal computing. But along the way, Apple has surpassed them for a variety of different reasons. But Apple has surpassed them, and Microsoft is no longer the standard in personal computing or even consumer electronics. A lot of that had to do with Apple and its innovation. However, there were three key missteps that Microsoft did that if you do in your ministry, you're going to fail just like them. Here are the three things. The first thing is that Microsoft became a one or two trick pony. By that, I mean that Microsoft back in the day had two great products. One was Windows. Windows 95 was awesome. It was the standard for operating systems. The second thing was their Office suite, Microsoft Office. Everyone uses Microsoft Office. Even now with Google Docs and other things, Microsoft Office is still the standard. The problem is that they became too consumed with these two products that they failed to continue to develop other products that were just as compelling. So they kind of got stuck in the glory days of, hey, this is great, we've got these great two products. That didn't help them create other new products that were exciting for consumers. What's the ministry implication? Don't get sucked into the glory days. Don't get thinking that, hey, we got this one program or one step or one cool thing that we're doing, and fail to continue to create new ways for students or adults to come and experience Jesus. Just because what you're doing now is working doesn't mean in a few years it's going to continue to work. To continue to create, continue to adapt, continue to be thinking outside the box of how you can be drawing more and more people into discovering who Jesus is. The second thing Microsoft failed to do was to execute properly. No, they didn't kill anybody, but they killed people by failing to execute their product development well. Did you know that Microsoft, not Amazon with their Kindle, developed the first e-reader? Yeah, they did. And also, they were working on a tablet years before anybody else. The problem is we don't know about their e-reader because they don't have one anymore. And until the recent development with the Surface, we haven't really even discovered anything good about a Microsoft tablet. They executed poorly in developing their products and getting them out to consumers, and that's why they fail. What's the ministry implication? It's simple. Execute properly. Whenever you got a big event, make sure you have all the details ready. Make sure you are doing social media and communicating well to students and parents by the way. Make sure that you've got all the details covered. So when the big day comes, you have all the details covered and you have no stress. Well, let's just be honest. You'll always have a little bit of stress, but you'll have all the details covered and then you will execute properly everything that needs to be done. The third thing that Microsoft failed to do was kind of similar to the first one, but they did not let innovators innovate. The reality is that Microsoft had a lot of great ideas. The problem is that they did not let their innovators, their creators, create new products and continue to develop a new line of stuff that was happening. They just kept on following the pattern. The mobile market was getting better, and so they kind of just tweaked and did what everyone else was doing. The iPod market, at the time, the iPod was very popular. So what did they do? They created the Zune. They were following other people's lead rather than letting people create and innovate in their own company. What's the ministry implication? Simple. Let your creators, let your innovators create and innovate. You've got some very talented people on your volunteer staff or even on your paid staff. Let them create and develop. Let them take risks and really challenge them to really create and innovate. Because the more creativeness that you offer, the more you're going to be thinking outside the box of how you can be reaching people for Christ. So let your innovators innovate and let your creators create. Don't frustrate them. Let go of control and let them do what they're really good at so that they can be blessing other people. So there you have it. 3 simple things that Microsoft failed to do that people like Apple were doing that allowed Apple to overtake Microsoft. Now, Microsoft is on its way back. Microsoft has done some good things recently, but Apple is still the standard now, whereas Microsoft was that standard back in the 90s. But I'm curious, what failures have you seen in people or even in companies that have caused them to lag behind the competition? Share that along below or on social media using the hashtag #YMSidekick, or hit me up at @YMSidekick and tell me your stories or your thoughts on this subject. All right, everyone, that's all I got for you this week. Thanks for joining me. Remember, if you like this, subscribe to this channel. I've got a new vlog out every Monday, and also head on over to ymsidekick.com. I've got new content, whether it's this vlog or podcast or even blogs. I've got some great new things each week. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to the Sidekick Scoop. I've got the link below. You can check that out. It's 2 great weeks of content delivered right to your inbox. It's awesome content from all over the ministry world and some podcasts and some cool tips. So I hope you sign up for the Sidekick Scoop. All right, everyone, have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next week.